So I just saw on Twitter, this is battle rap, hold it down, hey sideways. I just saw on Twitter that Oops, political activist, course you know him as a battle rapper, um, appears was falsely charged in an arrest a couple months ago. Um, and I saw that he posted that ABC did a doc on him. So I wanted to react to this with you in real time and give my thoughts as we watch this together. So here we go. Politically charged. Let's go.
Now to the latest in our politically charged investigation. Phoenix police
Come on, beloved.
to add more charges against this high-profile activist. His name is Bruce Franks Jr. He's a former lawmaker and the focus of an Oscar-nominated documentary.
So far, our investigation has exposed how Phoenix police and the Maricopa County Attorney's Office charged a different group of protesters as a criminal street gang.
Then we
What?
exposed officers on the city's
Hold on,
protest
hold on,
response
wait,
team
wait, wait.
creating
Protesters charged as a criminal street gang. What? Protest response team created criminal street gang. I guess any group of people that are black that come together are automatically a gang, huh? That's why you don't ever wear the same colors. All black, all white, whatever. They automatically you a gang, huh?
a special coin to celebrate shooting a protester in the groin with a pepper ball. Then we
What?
discovered that coin's design was inspired by hate speech. So that raises serious questions about many protest
What?
response.
Hold on.
Then we exposed officers on the city's protest response team creating a special coin to celebrate shooting a protester in the groin with a pepper ball. Then we discovered that coin's design was inspired by hate speech. So that raises
What? If you haven't, listen to Patrice O'Neal. He's a comedian. Um, my first thought is like, what did we ever do? Like, I think a lot. Like, what did we ever do in this country to get the visceral hate that minorities and black people get? Like, what did we ever do to y'all? Like, we never did anything to y'all. This is the only. Well, I can't say that. But like, how can a group of people that have throughout history a personnel group be mad at them? I just don't understand that shit. Like, I'll never understand the mindset of that. Like, I don't understand how niggas are so like, how a group of people, police, government system, like, are so mad at black people when we never, literally never done anything to you, ever, never. Yeah, y'all, people are so angry at us for wanting that for demanding America to uphold what it was found. Well, what was found on was murder and stealing, but like what it quote unquote said it was founded on, which was liberty and justice for all. Yet somehow they mad at us because we're telling them that we're not being treated equal. Like, I just don't understand that shit. And then they do crazy like creating coins for him. Like, what kind of hate? Like, what causes that type of? It's that Nas line, yo. People fear what they don't understand, hate what they can't conquer. This is the theory of man.
serious questions about many protest responses and arrests, including the one you're about to see.
ABC 15 investigator Dave Biskobing obtained evidence showing Bruce Franks Jr. was tracked and targeted before being arrested.
A demonstration in March, a brief standstill, and then this. 8 arrests, more than 70 officers, Bruce Franks Jr. in handcuffs.
None of this is by accident, none of it's by coincidence. This is a strategic plan to silence us.
Bruce is a major voice. He's loud. People listen. He's called the St. Louis Superman, the title of a documentary nominated for an Oscar, profiling his rise from battle rapper to street protester.
By the way, I still, you know what? I'm If I don't find this, um, I'm oops, I'm going right at you. Like, where can I find this? How can I buy it? Wherever it is, Netflix. I don't care where it is. How can I buy this and watch this if it's not readily available? Like, I need to see this like now.
To state lawmaker in Missouri, and it's why he was out leading a march on August 9th.
Every August 9th, it's a remembrance of the tragedy and the murder of Michael Brown. It's also my son's birthday. And so for me, it's always a day filled with joy and sorrow, right? And so what we do every August night, I don't care where I'm at, is we do solidarity actions, protests, march, whatever it is we have to do.
So what really happened on August 9th, 2020 in Phoenix? It starts just before 7. Protesters marching from downtown to Phoenix Police Headquarters. When they get there, they find temporary fences blocking the large public sidewalk in front of the public building. As Bruce and others chant, people rock the fences to the rhythm, and they topple. As the protesters step over them, teams of officers step into the lobby in full riot gear. For 90 seconds, nothing happens. Bruce chants in front. Then police exit from the lobby, and another team of officers come around from the side. Bruce and others line up, hands raised. The officers line up, riot shields ready. It stays this way for more than a minute.
It's just hilarious. No, it's not hilarious, but it's just, well, it's very interesting that a whole group of people, over 1,000, went to the nation's capital, stormed it, killed people. There were no riot gear there. But as soon as people protest, black people or people that are trying to get equality, protest, peaceful protest, man, that's when they bring out the riot gear. That's when they bring out the riot gear. You know, the other riot people had guns, tore down buildings, Capitol government buildings, like tore that shit down, killed a police officer, and there was no plan for that. Somehow there was no plan for that, even though they were told weeks ago, hey, people about to come down here January 6th. We about to take our country back. Yet there was no plan. Except there was a plan. If you know, you know.
Make sure all y'all officers, make sure y'all got y'all body cameras on.
Bruce shouting to keep order, and then police get the order. They push forward. They then pull Bruce out of the group and arrest him.
Based on what? Based on what?
What did they say you did? What did they charge you with?
I bet you it was disorderly conduct. That's the only thing you can get a person under that. You don't need no reason. I bet you it was disorderly conduct.
What didn't they charge me with?
Bruce is facing 6 charges, including riot, unlawful assembly, criminal trespass.
Rioting. I don't know who would tell officers to turn their body camera footage on
Make sure y'all got y'all body cameras on.
in order to riot.
But the most serious charges: 2 counts of aggravated assault on police and resisting arrest.
They literally made up everything. Every single aspect of what they said is not true.
We obtained 182 pages of Phoenix police records and a complete copy of the grand jury transcript. And what police wrote and testified that Bruce did, he did not do. Their own video proves it. In the reports, officers wrote Bruce assisted with rushing and toppling the fencing. This is Bruce when it falls. He's not even touching it. To get the aggravated assault charges, prosecutors and officers told the grand jury Bruce and another man turned toward the skirmish line and charged it in kind of a football type or lineman type of bull rush. Watch. Does this look like a football lineman type of bull rush? What the video shows is Franks and a group being pushed up against a large concrete barrier with nowhere to back up. For the resisting charges.
Yeah, they literally are Ooops and this group of people are literally just standing there like this. And it's the police that are moving forward, backing them up. Like, I don't even understand, like, what I just I'm trying to get emotional. I don't understand like what is like logically what is the issue with a group of people as long as they're not. I could see the fence thing, somewhat being of an issue, but outside of it's just a fence. Outs- uh, Outside of messing up property, which they didn't. Outside of like injuring people or having any type of violence or a peaceful protest is a peaceful protest. Like I don't understand like how you're not allowed to like like I'm not understanding how you're not allowed to protest. Like why? Is it in the Constitution that you're allowed to freedom of like? But yeah, when it's against the system, I guess when it's against the police or the system, that's when you're not allowed to do that. I guess. But when you for when you're a clan, I guess you could do it.
Police claim he resisted by pulling away from the grasp of officers and trying to embrace or become enveloped by people swarming him.
Red shirt, red shirt.
Now, when officers march forward, Bruce and others stand, arms linked. When police pull to arrest Bruce, the man next to him refuses to let go, pulling on Bruce's arm. As officers yell, "Stop resisting," Bruce answers repeatedly.
You're under arrest. Okay. You're under arrest. Okay. Stop resisting. Stop resisting. You're interfering with this arrest. Stop resisting. Stop resisting.
But according to Bruce and his attorneys, the most troubling part of his arrest happens before he's arrested.
So you have evidence that says that
That could have been bad so quick. Like that could have been bad. Like I'm thankful this brother's still alive because they easily could have just did whatever they wanted to do. And, like he's literally complying, saying okay. Like stop resist. Like nigga, what you want me to do? Stop resist. It's like Jesus, man. Will we ever not have to deal with this, bro?
singled you out, targeted you?
Absolutely. It's all on camera.
Here's a radio call to officers captured on an officer's body camera off to the side of the building.
No, hold the line, integrity. Push them back. And take those two in front. Bruce Franks and Kerry right there. Take him in the gut. Take the red shirt. You need to leave.
Oh wow! So they knew his name. Wow. Bruce Franks take him into custody in a red shirt. Wow. Wow. Well, oops, Bruce. Guess you are really making a difference. They know you by name. You are making a difference.
Right here. Two in custody. Bruce Franks.
It wasn't like they were saying the first thing they said, "Hey, grab red shirt." Like they specifically said my name.
In a court motion, Bruce's attorneys say Phoenix PD surveilled Franks prior to the protest and had a preconceived plan to arrest him.
Jonah, Curie, and Bruce.
Nice. I got the ones that were the agitators.
Kristen here too?
All of these charges, all of this targeting is a result of 30 people that put out a flyer that said, "Hey, we're going to march." And so the response to that is problematic within itself.
While investigating this case, we discovered what could be the most troubling arrest that day.
So, I'm trying to gather my thought. I always wonder, like, I don't like it to be cliche, but like, oh, people can't police so they can have power and da da da. Or police were the bullies in high school, da da da. Like, I really want it because at the end of the day, police still like they have to. I don't think they can like avoid a call like if like there's a bank robbery or something, like they have to be in a line of fire like if shit goes down. Like they really do put their life on line. So if I just don't understand like how you supposed to be protect and serve the people, but you hate a group of people. Like, so you want to be a police for just a certain group of people? Just, I never understood that. Like, you literally have the most dangerous job in the world, and the key thing is you are supposed to want to protect all people, but it's like you only want to protect a certain group of people, and then your watch American Skin, by the way, and then your main thing is make it home. Make it home. What do you mean make it home? You chose his job. You might not make it home, but you're supposed to do the right thing and do your job thoroughly. You don't. If your instinct is to make it home, of course, there's going to be dead bodies because your instinct is to make it home. So, like, I just never understood that. It's like definitely watch American Skin by Nate Parker. Um, yeah, like the whole make it home thing. Like, I hate that slogan. Oh, we gotta make it home. No, nigga, you chose this job. It should be make sure everybody makes it home. Good, bad, or indifferent. Everybody should make it home.
Good one. You guys must be proud.
Police say this woman committed aggravated assault on an officer by pushing on a riot shield.
There's nobody up here.
We can't find that ever happened. When officers began marching forward, you can see her here, behind the crowd. She then retreats back to the street and stays there. Body camera videos also show her later just standing in front of the officers, holding a water bottle in her hand.
They try to beat you down every which way, so that you are scared to protest.
Phoenix is one of the deadliest police departments in the country. It's why people protest. Yet here's what one officer told Franks in custody.
I told you, man, you're dealing with the nicest police department in the world. No, you ain't gonna do that. Relax!
There was a standstill. Instead of de-escalating and saying, okay, let's meet halfway, right? It went to, oh, let's enforce. Let's be over enforcing. You know, let's show our strength.
You just saw how Phoenix handled police protesters in front of their building. Here's how the Maricopa County Attorney's Office handled election protesters who overwhelmed and even breached the vote counting building in November.
I just need you to leave, ma'am.
No arrests.
He raped his daughter. Biden is a rapist.
No prosecutions. And that's at the heart of what Bruce is protesting.
Stop politically prosecuting. Stop these unlawful arrests.
Why would they protest their own? Why would they arrest their own people? They don't see them as enemies. They see them as, their own people. Like, why would they arrest them? Like I said, the Capitol bill, like, it was, quote unquote, it wasn't a plan, but it was a plan. Like, they don't give a fuck about none of that stuff. Like, my thing is, I know we all watch these things, we get it. My thing is, I try to get into the brain, like, how do you get this way? How do you, like, this is going on for generation upon generations. How do you stop, like, how do you get like this? Like, how do you get like this? To hate or to be prejudiced against a group of people that, like, did nothing to you. If you have a group of people that legit will kill you, with, like, no, like, wouldn't even think about it. Yet they're supposed to be pro-police. But they would kill you in an instant if it was coming to them with what they thought they needed. It's just crazy. I just don't. How do you get like that, bro? And how do you stop it?
Stop the targeting. Stop killing us.
I'm investigator Dave Biscobing, ABC 15, Arizona.
And we want to make one more thing clear. It's important. You just saw far more evidence than the grand jury did. In fact, Dave discovered prosecutors didn't show a single second of video to jurors to get those charges. They put only one officer on the stand and let him testify unchallenged without any other evidence. Phoenix Police and the Maricopa County Attorney's Office did not respond to requests for comment.
All right. Yeah, definitely. I don't know if it's about to pop up, so my bad if anything is like wild or whatever. Definitely justice for Ooops and all the protesters. Hopefully they drop all the charges or they find a way. Yeah, man, that's crazy, bro. Like like everything is literally like, oh, wow. Like everything is documented like to the T. Like everything is recorded to the T. And they still feel like they still have the balls to lie. Like they still have the balls to say like, no, this is what happened, this is how we see it. And it's just what is the threat? Like what is the threat? That's what I don't understand. Like what is the threat outside of, and maybe it all balls maybe everything it boils down to accountability. Maybe everything boils down to the police and they just refuse to take accountability for anything. And maybe that's what it is. So instead of taking accountability and saying, sometimes I was wrong, I did something wrong, they say anybody that goes up against us against the world, right? Blue Lives Matter. Like instead of saying like I have a chance of being wrong, we might be wrong. We might have killed innocent people. They're just like part of the job. My job was to get home. And maybe that is just they refuse to take accountability. It's them against the world, I get. Well, them against black people, whatever. I guess that's just how they see things. And um, man, I just really hope one day this could be over, bro. I just don't get it, bro. Like you have I just can't. You have the most dangerous job in the world, and you just want to misuse your power. Hmm. All right, but like I said, shout out to Oops, shout out to everybody that protested. We're gonna keep fighting, keep being loud, shed light on these type of things because at the end of the day, um, if no one, if not all, if everybody isn't free, then none of us are free, right? Like I said, liberty and justice for all. If it ain't all, then it's none of us. So we have to keep shining light on this, no matter what's going on, no matter what's going on, or trending, or nothing, no matter what's TikToking. That's all fine and nice, but let's not keep our eyes off the prize. Go watch Eye on the Prize, by the way, on YouTube. Yeah, stay focused because there's people like Oops and people that are literally sacrificing their lives for us, and for our children, for our family, and for our friends. That hopefully, a police will just for 1 second not be so trigger happy and maybe can assess the situation without having to pull the trigger. Maybe one day. Or maybe the system will not give police incentive to kill us. Maybe they'll actually get arrested, get jail, get life. One day. You have to keep hope alive. One day. So, but shout out to y'all. This is Barra Hold Down His Sound Waves. Peace.